Hello investors, welcome to Alpha Wealth Avenues. We believe in the mantra invest wisely and live wealthy. We are on a mission to empower your investing journey by providing cutting edge research and timely guidance. हेलो, आज हम बात करेंगे एक निश बिजनेस सेगमेंट के बारे में, अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग फाइनेंस सेक्टर, और वहाँ की फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग कंपनी हमने आपके लिए एनालाइज की है. सो लेट्स डाइव इन. हाउसिंग फाइनेंस इंडस्ट्री के मेनली 3 सेगमेंट्स होते हैं बेस्ड ऑन द टिकट साइज एंड ज्योग्राफी. सो फर्स्ट इज़ द प्राइम सेगमेंट, जहाँ पे जो लोन साइज होता है वो 40 लाख के ऊपर होता है. टिपिकल बोरोवर इज़ अ सैलरीड इंडिविजुअल विद प्राइम क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री, वाइट कॉलर वर्कर, और वो टॉप सिटीज़, टायर 1 एट बेस्ट टायर 2 सिटीज़ में चले जाते हैं. यहाँ पे आप प्राइम लेंडिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस देखोगे जैसे HDFC, SBI और बड़े प्राइवेट पब्लिक बैंक्स. उसके बाद आता है मिडिल सेगमेंट, जहाँ पे टिकट साइज लगभग आधा हो जाता है. यहाँ पे भी द प्रोफाइलिंग ऑफ द कस्टमर इज़ द सेम, बट दे माइट बी इन द स्लाइटली लोअर इनकम ग्रुप कंपेयर टू दिस. और यहाँ पे टायर 1, टायर 2 के साथ टायर 3 में भी डिसबर्समेंट देखने को मिलेंगे. यहाँ पे भी जो प्राइम बड़े हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनीज है वो आपको देखने को मिलेंगे एज लेंडर्स. लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट इज़ द अफोर्डेबल सेगमेंट विच इज़ ग्रोइंग वेरी फास्ट. यहाँ पे टिकट साइज इज़ मच स्मॉलर एंड यहाँ पे आपको सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड पीपल, ब्लू कॉलर वर्कर्स, जितनी क्लियर कट मल्टी ईयर क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री नहीं होगी वो देखने को मिलेंगे. एंड दीज डिसबर्समेंट्स विल टिपिकली हैपन टायर 2, टायर 3 ऑनवर्ड्स. यहाँ पे यू विल हैव स्पेसिफिक प्लेयर्स लाइक एक्टर्स, IndiaShelter, आवास, आधार. अफोर्डेबल सेगमेंट क्यों बोलते हैं? क्योंकि यहाँ पे लेंडिंग इकोनॉमिकली वीकर सेक्शंस को, लोअर इनकम ग्रुप को, लोअर टू मिडिल इनकम ग्रुप को की जाती है. टिकट साइजेस काफ़ी छोटे होते हैं, इसलिए अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग में फाइनेंस मिलता है. बट ये इंडस्ट्री प्राइम इंडस्ट्री से थोड़ी अलग है. यहाँ पे जो पैरामीटर्स है वो इम्पॉर्टेंट है. जहाँ पे कंपनी को अच्छा होना है वो है अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द की माइक्रो मार्केट, कि जैसे टायर 3 या टायर 4 टाउन में ठीक तरीके से बोरोवर प्रोफाइल बनाना ज़रूरी है जिससे गुड बोरोवर्स मिलेंगे. स्ट्रॉन्ग अंडरराइटिंग प्रोसेस, जिससे आपकी क्रेडिट रिस्क को आप कंट्रोल में रख सकते हो. टर्न अराउंड टाइम बहुत अगर आपका फास्ट हो तो ये एक अच्छा कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज है इन दिस इंडस्ट्री. एंड टेक्नोलॉजिकल अडॉप्शन, ये प्रोसेसिंग एफिशिएंसी, कलेक्शन एफिशिएंसी सबके लिए अच्छा है. नाउ लेट अस लुक एट IndiaShelter Finance Corporation in the light of what we have understood in the affordable housing finance segment. So this company was formed in 2010 in Rajasthan. The geographical concentration even after 15 years is in 3 states, which is Maharashtra and MP have got added. It is backed by marquee investors like Westbridge, Nexus. It provides affordable home loans in tier 2 and tier 3. Strong network now, which is a moat, which is 265 branches across 15 states. The average ticket size is 10 lakhs and it is a tech savvy company which we'll cover later. IndiaShelter is currently led by Mr. Rupinder Singh, who is the MD and CEO, who has a lot of good years of experience with Cholamandalam Group, and some other leaders also have similar experience. Let's look at the key statistics. The company has crossed an AUM size of 7,600 crores and more than 1 lakh customers. 70% of the borrowers are first-time mortgage borrowers. 76% are lower to middle income group. 74% are self-employed. 91% is from tier 2 and tier 3. And interestingly, 99% of the applications are coming from women. So after covering the snapshot, now let us look at the branch network which is going to be useful in the future growth. So अभी भी राजस्थान 31% of AUM command करता है and the top 3 states around 60%. The company has a good penetrative strategy across 15 states now, and more importantly, this is the vision. It plans to reach 500 branches from 265 by 2030. So यहाँ पे आपको देखने को मिलेगा कि AUM कैसे rapidly grow हुआ है from 228 crores in FY15 to 7,600 crores by Q3 FY25. The branch network has grown from 33 to 265. सो आगे जो ग्रोथ की बात हो रही है इसमें देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ क्रेडिबिलिटी. नाउ लेट अस लुक एट द बिजनेस सेगमेंट्स एंड देयर की फैसेट्स. So there are only two main segments, home loans. So the home loan is not only for the construction but also for the plot purchase, property purchase, upgrade, repairs. यहाँ पे जो yield rate है या जो rate of interest customers को charge होता है वो 13.5% है. This is typically higher than what you do find in tier 1 cities of normal lenders with a credit history. The loan to value of the purchase is around 55%. So which is on the lower side compared to the norms of the housing lending industry. The second type is loan against property. जैसे आपको पता है प्रॉपर्टी को मॉर्गेज करके एक secured loan लिया जाता है. यहाँ पे yield is even higher because it is categorized as a slightly riskier loan compared to this one. And the LTV is lower which is 45%. So इसका मतलब ये होता है कि LTV is between 45-55%. Rest of the amount is self-funded by the borrower. So that is a good way to reduce your risk. The good part about this company is from the loan origination process to the decision making takes just 2 to 3 days, which is about half of what the competitors are doing. This is a big USP for this particular business. Another important part of the operational model is that it has an in-house staff for legal, technical, sales, all our company employees, which helps to maintain the operations quality and the loan quality, but leads to higher costs as a percentage of AUM. So as we scale up, this is going to be coming down. Now let's look at the demographics, customer and portfolio wise. So obviously 58% is coming from home loans and the rest is loan against property. As mentioned earlier, the bulk of the borrowings are coming from self-employed people, which is almost 75%, rest salaried. टिकट साइज में आप देखोगे कि लेस देन 5 lakhs के भी लोन डिसबर्स हो रहे हैं विच इज़ 8% एंड 5 to 10 lakhs इज अराउंड 41%. सो 50% ऑफ द लोन्स आर ऑफ अ टिकट साइज लेस देन 10 lakhs एंड अनदर 50% इज मोर देन 10 lakhs. Amongst the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, 55% of the loans are coming from tier 3 and another 36% from tier 2. So majority of the loans are in these two places. अभी यहाँ पे आपको एक प्लेजेंट सरप्राइज मिलेगा कि फॉर अ अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनी व्हाट इज द नेचर ऑफ पेनिट्रेशन ऑफ द डिजिटल प्रोसेस. 97% customers are registered for auto debit mandates of the EMI. 98% documents are e-signed and 96% of the collections are done via the digital medium, which is a very big achievement of a company which is participating in the low income group. Let's look at some of the key business metrics. So यहाँ पे आप देखोगे कैसे AUM at a 41% CAGR shoot हुआ है from 3,000 to 7,600 crores and the year we might end at around 8,500 crores. Similarly, the disbursements on an annual basis of loans have been shooting up at 48% CAGR and this year is likely to end at 3,200 to 3,300 crores. So this growth rate is one of the best compared to the peers and the aim is to have a 30,000 crore AUM by 2030, implying a CAGR of 25%, which is very high and very good, very ambitious. अभी देखते हैं एक की operational parameter, operational cost and the risk attached, which is interest rates. On the left hand side you will see multiple bar charts of 4 succeeding years. So इसका ब्रेकअप ये है कि दिस पार्ट इज द फिक्स्ड रेट लोन्स गिवन विच आर फंडेड बाय वेरिएबल रेट फंडिंग. दिस इज द फिक्स्ड रेट फंडेड बाय ओन इक्विटी, फिक्स्ड रेट लोन्स विच आर फंडेड बाय फिक्स्ड रेट फंडिंग एंड देन द वेरिएबल रेट लोन्स. सो जैसे कि आपको पता है कि अगर आप एक फिक्स्ड रेट चार्ज कर रहे हो अपने लोन पे और आपका बोरोइंग अगर वेरिएबल रेट से हो रहा है, सो अगर आपका बोरोइंग का वेरिएबल रेट बढ़ गया तो भी आप फिक्स्ड रेट में आपका इनकम फिक्स्ड रेट से आएगा. सो देयर कैन बी अ मिसमैच. सो लकीली ऑन द लास्ट पार्ट विच इज द वेरिएबल यू कैन सी द कंपनी हैज डन एक्सीडिंगली वेल फ्रॉम 1% इन March 22. Now they are at 39% as far as the variable loans are concerned in just a span of 3 years. This reduces the interest rate mismatch risk, especially when most of the borrowings are at a variable rate. The housing loan book, which is the less risky, still holds a higher proportion of fixed assets, and the loan against property has a greater share of variable rate loans. In the recent history, 88% of the new disbursement are at a variable rate. और उनका जो सबसे फर्स्ट रिस्की कैटेगरी था, फिक्स्ड रेट फंडेड बाय वेरिएबल फंडिंग, that has come down from 54% to 20%. So all in all, a very good move in the right direction and reduction of the interest rate risk. Now let us look at its borrowing. How are they? Where are they coming from? So the borrowing profile primarily consists of low funding resources up to 54% from long-term funds through banks and financial institutions, and 21% is direct assignment. डायरेक्ट असाइनमेंट वो होता है जहाँ पे आप आपका लोन बुक एक बिगर लेंडर को सेल करते हो. इसमें मल्टीपल एडवांटेजेस है. लेट्स से दे आर सेलिंग अ पार्ट ऑफ देयर लोन बुक एज डायरेक्ट असाइनमेंट टू HDFC. नाउ HDFC के लिए ये एडवांटेज है कि दे डू नॉट हैव एज मच पेनिट्रेशन एंड नेटवर्क इन टायर 2, टायर 3 सिटीज, टाउन्स. हेंस as per the RBI norms, whatever percentage needs to go to here through their lending, उनका एक ग्रीन टिक हो जाता है compliance में. Similarly, the advantage for IndiaShelter is that they get immediate payment of all the loans, so it helps their cash flow better, and the collection responsibility passes on to HDFC. So over here it is as high as 21% of the AUM, so which shows that the quality of loans is pretty good. In fact, the management has guided that they would like to keep it around 15 to 18%. The average cost of funding is 8.8%, which is very important. It is stable, which gives them a good yield. Let us look at the second part, which is the credit risk and the provisioning. So first of all, credit risk के जो main parameters है वहाँ पे इन्होंने अच्छा मैनेज किया है. लोन अमाउंट फर्स्ट तो छोटी है, 10 लाख एवरेज. लेंडिंग ओनली अगेन सेल्फ ऑक्यूपाइड होम्स. मेंटेनिंग अ लो लोन टू वैल्यू रेशियो ऑफ 52% अगेंस्ट द नेशनल हाउसिंग बैंक थ्रेशोल्ड ऑफ 80%, विच इज बीइंग करंटली इंक्रीज टू 90%. सो आप काफ़ी कम लोन अमाउंट देते हो कंपेयर टू व्हाट यू कैन गिव, विच इज़ अ गुड कंट्रोल, एंड दैट्स व्हाई द क्रेडिट कॉस्ट हैज़ बीन स्टेबल एंड मेंटेन्ड. Now let's look at how they are managing their NPAs in spite of the risk management. So the bad loans have been around 1.2%. कोविड में थोड़ा स्पाइक हुआ था, but which is not significant considering the business disruption. It is very stable now. The company has a consistent write-off policy. जहाँ पे कोई NPA 2 साल से आगे चला गया तो उसको write off करते हैं. So risk off the balance sheet. And the company is maintaining provision coverage ratio of 25%. Now this is lower compared to its peers. However, the management commentary says that their collections have been improving and hence the need for provisioning has been lower. But they'll wait and watch and they're ready to change if needed. Next important is coverage of the overall risks that we could observe from our research. So आज भी there is a high dependence on 3 states. Considering their ambitious plan to reach 30,000 crores, they will need to do a lot of penetration in the other 12 states where they have branches. एम्प्लॉय एट्रिशन इशू इन्होंने एक MP में फेस किया था, जिसकी वजह से सीनियर एम्प्लॉयज गॉट पोच्ड एंड इट इम्पैक्टेड देयर प्रोग्रेस फॉर सम टाइम. दे हैव हाई ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्ट ड्यू टू इन-हाउस एम्प्लॉयज विच शुड बी वॉच्ड आउट फॉर, एंड ऑपरेटिंग एफिशिएंसीज नीड टू बी इम्प्रूव्ड एज द AUM grows. Execution risk, whenever you take a very ambitious target, then you find that there can be areas or hurdles which have not been factored in, which can reduce your growth rate and which can lead to lower than expected numbers. Large share in loan against property loans, which is 42%. ये riskier type of loan है compared to home loan. Hence, there is a possibility of hurting the loan quality. Let's look at the peer comparison. Aptus on the extreme left, then IndiaShelter, Aadhaar, Home First, Aavas. Aptus obviously has the highest ROE, which is the first bar. It also has the highest yield and it also has the highest ROA. इससे क्या होता है कि it faces a risk of yield dilution due to extra high yields, and also in case of the rest of the peers which have lower numbers compared to Aptus, they certainly have to rely on geographic expansion. If you focus on IndiaShelters, you will find that they have a decent ROE of 14.7, and as being the highest growing company in all these, it gives a chance for increasing the ROE in the future. Their yield is already substantial at 14.9 and there is scope for improvement, and the ROA is very healthy next only to Aptus. The debt equity ratio is the lowest like Aptus, and the price to book is also controlled. So IndiaShelter has the benefits of moderate yields, low leverage which can amplify their ROE, and a clear pathway to improving these numbers in the next 2 to 3 years. That's where we can say that it is currently undervalued with respect to its growth that is already happening and that is promised. Looks like a good investable company for us. Recently we have taken positions, so please do not treat this as an investment advice. Follow the standard disclaimer where you do your own research before taking any investment decisions. Hope this adds value to your investing knowledge. We will continue to bring curated research content for you. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.